I tell you guys, each and every time we turn on this microphone, expect magic to happen. I'm featuring one of my favorite. As a matter of fact, I posted about 2 or 3 months ago on a Flashback Friday my favorite groups of the 90s. That list consisted of Mint Condition, it consisted of Jodeci, and it consisted of Intro. And I let you guys know that Intro was probably the group out of all of those groups I just named that I probably would fit more in. Well, we have a documentary getting ready to drop. It's getting ready to be new music getting ready to drop. And I'm honored to have one of the founding members of the group, Mr. Buddy Wike. What's going on? Hold on, let me bring our good friend in. What's up? Going on, buddy?
What's up, Daryle, man? I'm chilling, man. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, brother. I'm honored, and awesome. I'm honored for you to be here. This is a pleasure right now. This is a pleasure.
Thank you.
So
Same here.
How have you been holding up? How have you been holding up during the COVID?
Man, I've been holding up. just down in here putting together the soundtrack to the documentary and putting the final touches on the documentary. I actually got on a plane for the first time in a year last week, and I've just been staying safe, just being at home, in with the family, and yeah, man, it's just staying alive. Staying alive, man. Yep.
I feel like I've been blessed and honored to not only have the opportunity to catch an early screening of that documentary.
Okay.
I learned so much about this group that I love that I didn't know. And I even saw some parts on there that you even said you didn't even know. Yeah, tell me about that process in making that documentary.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Evans, Indiflix Films, 3041. And when I watched the documentary, like I'm serious, like the stuff that Coco was saying, I knew we had dated, but I didn't know that she was writing songs for me and stuff like that. And some of the things that I heard from the people at the record company, I didn't know what was going on at the label with the A&Rs and stuff like that. I learned that through watching the documentary. I always wondered, but I actually learned from watching the documentary. And he's traveled everywhere. He's been out to Alabama to interview Kenny's family. He went out to Annapolis, Maryland to interview my father, North Carolina, just everywhere, man. And it's actually been, we started a year before COVID kicked off. So we had to slow it down and do it like safely and bring it to completion. Good.
Well, the beautiful part about this documentary is it tells the story of Intro. And in telling the story, there's always a beginning. Now, I found out, I kind of read a long time ago that you guys met actually when you were in the military. Can you talk a little bit about that experience?
Oh, yeah. I was in the Army down in North Carolina. I was in the 82nd Airborne Division. I had a friend named Ken Thomas, and he told me about a friend of his named Kenny Greene that could sing. And he said, yo, I told Kenny that you know how to play the piano. You guys really should meet up. You got a really good voice, and see what y'all could come up with. So that following week, I met Kenny on that Friday, and right off the top, I was like, yo, man, who's the dopest R&B singer? I thought he was gonna say Babyface, because Babyface had an album that came out that week, and he's looked at me, he's like, I am, and I had never heard him sing before. So I was like, all right, cool, man. So the following 2 days later, we went over to the recreation center that had a piano, and I started playing just chords that I knew, and he started writing and singing things from his head like I never heard before, and it pretty much started like that.
I want everybody that's listening, that's tuning into this, to really understand how special this really is. Like, for myself, Intro was a group that when I first saw Let Me Be, I literally ran, my first little check went to trying to buy everything that looked like what they look like.
Oh, man.
Well, you told a beautiful story that really, as soon as you said it, I busted out laughing because I knew exactly who you were talking about. When you were sitting there and you were talking, and you was like, man, this lady was sitting there and she was like, yeah, dudes ain't shit. And then all of a sudden, you broke it down. You was like, oh yeah, that was Mary J. Blige. Talk about your time writing with Mary and doing some production for her.
Well, I just did like background vocals. Like Kenny did the writing on those songs because he had wrote those songs with Dave Hall. in a lot of interviews, I give ourselves credit on it because I was there for the vocal arrangements and
Okay.
throwing pieces in and pieces there. But I got to give credit where it's due, man. He pinned them out, and myself and Terry Robinson, she would be there to help on the background. She was from the Girls. She was an uptown artist as well, and together between her, Mary, Kenny, and myself, we put those records together. And it was just always a good time. It was just always fun, and the work was real quick because Mary came in knowing the songs, and we demoed them up as intro songs without voices, but she took them and she did some really amazing things to it, and
Now,
I would love to work with her again, man. I would love to be in the studio with Mary for just like 2 weeks.
that's exactly what I was getting ready to ask
serious, man. Yeah, I would love to be. I already have the title of the album and everything. Not only do I have the title of the album, I already have the title song written, and it's called "This Is the 411." Yeah.
Okay, so anybody watching this thing, I'm letting y'all know that now. Everybody, let's just buzz Mary.
Please.
Let's try to get this thing done because
I just need
it's time.
2 weeks. I just need 2 weeks. I have 10 songs done in 2 weeks.
Y'all hear that?
And some of them will be written by Kenny Greene because I have so many songs from the Kenny Greene catalog that I can let her listen to, bring in modern producers, and is right back to reminisce, My Love, Love No Limit, You Don't Have to Worry, like that flavor right there that people, like to see her doing.
Oh, now to hit this part that I'm getting ready to hit, we got to jump forward a little bit to take a little back skip. There's a song that you guys, you said I heard you say this in a couple interviews that she had 3 slots open for some songs.
Right.
And if she would have took that 4th slot, can you let people know what that 4th slot would have been?
Let Me Be the One. Yep. We turned over Let Me Be the One, but Puffy said that they only need 3 of the songs out of the 4. And yeah, I'm glad we kept that one though.
I'm glad you kept that too.
Yeah, I'm glad we kept that one right there. I would have loved to have had Reminisce too, but ugh.
I can imagine. Do you still have any of those demos where you guys sang on any of those songs?
Dave and Eddie have them. If I go through my cassette tapes, I'll find it. But back then it was like leaving the studio with a cassette. It wasn't leaving with a CD. Right. Because there was no CDs at the time. It wasn't like email me the song because everything was like, yo, burn me a cassette. They burn you a cassette and you leave. I got a big bag around here. I'm gonna start looking for that stuff.
Yeah, you gotta start digging, buddy. You gotta start digging, man. Hey, that's that music nerd in me right there. Like, oh, what you got in that bag? On that first album, I'll tell you, when I first started making trying to do a little production and writing love notes and stuff, that was before my grandmother told me. She was like, love notes are actually songs if you structure them properly. I would always write love notes and attach tapes to it, and eventually I ended up making a show called Night Rides and Slow Jams that is that. But when I was younger, when I would attach these tapes, I guarantee you that 50% of them love notes that I sent out, I all had that first album on them, man. Because you guys wrote like just the most beautiful love songs. And if you broke up with somebody, you had them, you know what I'm saying? Don't leave me, you know what I'm saying?
You can just go to it like, hey, I'm thinking about you. And the last time we made love. And, it's off the song, but...
Yeah, but when you play these songs, it tells a story. It tells a story, and I really, man, it's just something about intro that just connected to the heart that I feel like this generation that's really getting into, because now it's like it's a thing for everybody to say, oh, I like 90s R&B. If you like 90s R&B and you don't bring intro into that, you really don't know what 90s R&B, because you guys are the foundation of that. You guys fuse hip hop with R&B, and y'all made it real cool, really, for a lot of people, in my opinion.
Thank you. We were going through heartbreaks when we did that first album.
I could tell.
I had just broke up with my fiance. Well, not broke up. I was dumped again. You know, I just spend too much time with music, man. And I Don't Leave Me came about. I was sitting in the kitchen at Eddie's house talking to my little brother, and I heard this track playing, and I just started posting, penciling stuff. And G was like, "Yo, what you working on? What you doing? What you doing?" And then he'll take it, and listen to it, then off and running with it. Like, bam, it's out of here. Let's go and record it. Let's go downstairs and record it. And yep.
I watched the Donnie Simpson interview you guys did many years ago. I hear you talk in different interviews. I've heard other people discuss how quick Kenny was with the pen, almost Tupac like, just quick.
It's fast, yep. He
Can
just
you?
go behind the mic and just turn the mic on, and he just be there. Okay, play this part, play this back, blah, 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 and then he just starts summoning us. Yo, Jeff, come in here. Yo, buddy, come in here. All right, we gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. Like, within an hour, like, say, like, songs like Let Me Be the One and Love Thing, like, vocally, those songs took us, like, maybe an hour and a half to do, 2 hours. Like, because it's just the chorus, the leads,
Yep.
and then, like, a B section, and then that was it. On to the next song, Sometimes we would record 2-3 songs a day. That's how we ended up with so many songs. We have so much unreleased material, and I know the people that have it and they feel like they own it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just songs until they attach it to the vehicle. So I just
What would you like to leave intro fans with right now?
I would just like to thank them for supporting us for over 25 years. I like to let them know that the documentary is on its way. New music is on its way. My daughter just came downstairs. That's why that chair is moving by itself right there. Hey, Lauren. And
Tell her hi.
come say hi, please.
Hi
You don't
everyone.
want- Hi, buddy.
You can't hear them, but they heard you. Cool. Oh, back to the people, back to the listeners. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Please check us out, follow us. Please, we appreciate all your support. Once this clears up, I'm hoping that we can come back out and do some live performances. And yeah, man.
Wow. I appreciate
you,
your
man.
time. I really thank you for
Thank
this.
you. Thank you,
Again,
Daryle.
I didn't want you to rehash a lot of stuff that you've already done, but I really appreciate your time. I'm so thankful
Mhm.
for you taking the time out to get down with me. So thank you, brother.
Thank you, Don. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for
Okay.
sharing your platform with me.
Thank you.